Hey everybody out there in distance learning land. I'm going to show you how to get a video on your Blackboard page. There's a number of different ways you can do this that have different pluses and minuses to them. So I'm going to show you a few examples of some of the ways that I have found to put videos on. There are more ways you can have access to videos on your Blackboard site, but these three should get you started. We're going to start with directly linking to a file. This works best if you have a smaller file that you want people to be able to download or watch in a browser. This can be kind of tricky if it's a file that is really large or really long. That can give some people problems on just streaming it in a browser. But if you have something small, or if you want to have something that you can control who sees it, this is a good way to do that without having students log in too much. So I am currently at the Blackboard edit page for your teacher. If you don't know how to get here, there are other videos that will show you how to get there. I'm going to put in a new page that's just going to be a test page, and I like to use a content page. This is kind of a blank page that visitors will see, and you can put whatever you want on it. It doesn't have a lot of templating available on it. Content page lets you just kind of put almost like a Word document what you would put on there. So I'm going to put, this is going to be a sweet video, and I'm not going to have it capitalized weird like that. So it's just going to be called sweet for now. We're going to make it that content page, and this is what it looks like when you're ready to edit. Click on that pencil, and this brings you to the editing page. So I'm going to start with putting a link to a sweet recorder unboxing video. I like to use the normal size. Maybe we'll even make it larger here so you can see. And I'm going to write sweet unboxing video. And we have to make it larger now. Okay. So I can get a link to that by uploading that sweet recorder unboxing video to OneDrive. Of course, you can use another cloud-based service. I'm using OneDrive here on my D11 presence. So highlight it with the check mark and click copy link. The default setting here will be that anyone with existing access can view it or work with it. You need to have it so that anyone with the link can access it. Let me try it again. So right now it says people with existing access can use the link. You need to change this to anyone with the link. And now here's where you can add some extra privacy settings. You can set an expiration date. So if you want something to only be available for a certain amount of time, you can set the expiration date to anything you want. Make sure that you tell your users, however you're using the video, when that expiration date is so that they can get it before they need it. You can also at that time, I clicked out of it, you can also at that time set a password. So if you want someone to be able to access it, but only if they have gotten a password from you, here's where you can set that password. So that password needs to be something that you can share with other people, and something that is secure and not easy to guess, but also something that people will be able to enter. And remember, they are case sensitive. So if you want to put something that is a word or phrase, you need to make sure that the capitals or lowercase are set there. So that's where you can apply these settings, or cancel them out, and you can just copy that link. So let me put anyone with the link can access. I'm not going to put any extra security on it. I will copy that link, and back in our editing page, if I highlight that video, I can insert link on that text. The first choice on here is to link to another place on your site. I don't use that very often. I use the go to web address, and that lets you put in any web address that you'd like. So you can paste that link into that web address when you insert that link and save your progress up here. That page will have a link to sweet unboxing video. I'm going to put some paragraph returns in here, and you'll see why I do that in just a minute. You can also link directly to a YouTube link for this. So this is that same video on my YouTube page. There's a very fun frame of me. So I can copy that, and I can put that same link right there. So I'll change the web address to, instead of going to the file, now it will open up a YouTube link. If you want to avoid some of the extra things on YouTube, this is especially if you are working with a file that is it's not yours. If it's a YouTube video you want other people to watch, I like to use a tool called Safe YouTube. So that link is at safeyoutube.net, and here's how you use that. You can paste in a YouTube link, and it will generate what's called a safe YouTube link. So right now, when you watch it in this browser, if I copy that link and paste it in my browser, or if I link it, it goes to a special YouTube player window that has no other info around it. So all of the recommended videos and all of the ads are stripped away from the video. You cannot at this time embed a safe YouTube video in your website, sadly, that I've seen, but taking them to this special browser window will eliminate all of the extraneous things around that video. So I like to use that if I'm linking externally to it. You can also do that if you are using Medial or Media L that the district has access to. So this is your Medial interface for when you log in at D11. So I have already uploaded this video. I can watch it, and the best way to find this I found is on the encoded. Yes, that will open up your video in Medial. So we're going to see that intro a lot here. And under share, you can click the link and you can copy that link, paste that in. That, of course, won't have ads around it because that is our Medial service for D11. So if you would like to embed the video onto your page, you can embed a video from YouTube or from Medial. Let's go from Medial because we're already here. So from Medial, while I'm on the share window, if I click embed, I can copy and paste all of these default settings. Video size responsive, that means that it will go to the size of the window that you open it. You can use that, or if you find that that's not the right size for you, you can change that later. So I'm going to copy all of this text, and we're going to go back to my page. And you'll see why I put the paragraph returns in there. To look at your page to embed a video like this, you can click on the source code. That's the one that looks like the 2 carrots. Opening the source code shows you what your web browser reads when it opens up your page. And right now you can see I have all these paragraph returns. This is the HTML code for a paragraph returned, the ampersand NBSP semicolon. So you can highlight one of those paragraph returns and paste in that embed code. So that will tell this website to point to that Medial video and it will embed it. Something that you may want to be careful about is the default settings for Medial is that the video will automatically play as soon as the page loads. So it will automatically start playing. If you have multiple videos embedded, they might all start trying to play depending on the way the person opens up your page. So if you want to turn that feature off, you need to find the auto start equals Y in that code. And all you need to do is change the auto start equals Y to auto start equals N, and the Medial window will open with a play button that the user can push the play button on. Making it responsive, by the way, pretty much fills up the screen in its aspect ratio. So if you want it smaller, you can force it to be smaller by changing some of the settings when you create your video. I'm going to show you those now, I suppose. Video size, you can force it to be one of these sizes. So a smaller one is always nice. 320 by 260. Let me copy that code, and we will paste that code in instead of the responsive size. So we're dealing with a smaller video. And as you can see, it's auto starting because I did not turn auto start equals N. Even on my page, it is trying to auto start on me. So right now there's a play button, and that's what we're looking at. I prefer when I'm doing YouTube to have them open a safe YouTube window, and if you're using Medial, that's a little bit better for embedding. So those are 3 ways that you can get a video onto your Blackboard site. There are other ways you can do that, but you want to decide which way you want to share this with your families, with your communities, with your students, and decide which settings are for you. You can always get in touch with me if you have questions here with my D11 address, and I can get that out when I share that video. And I wish you the very best of luck in this difficult time of distance learning.